Hello, my name is Sheda Makvandi. I'm application specialist in XRD with Malvern Analytical. I'd like to demonstrate today the performance of our Aeris diffractometer along with the high capacity sample changer. So to show and demonstrate how easy and user-friendly with unlimited capacity is this combination, I focused on the applications for aluminum industry. Everybody from aluminum industry, they know the high throughput they need, and also about the complexity of the applications and the samples. So as you see here, I'm standing by the high capacity sample changer with two trays full of samples from different basically part of this aluminum production chain. The first tray is full of bauxite samples, 21st position available for samples to be analyzed, and I have bauxite samples here. In the next tray, I have 21 samples from Potflux that can be analyzed all in one batch, and it's not that all. Basically, in the high capacity sample changer, there are 4 positions available to park our standard samples that are used, for instance, for linearity tests, for amorphous quantification, and also, for instance, for aluminum industry, those non-alcan samples that can be used for calibration tests. So, and then here I have samples prepared automatically in 51.5 millimeter rings, but in the same batch we can also analyze samples that are manually prepared. So all types of samples and also the rings that are offered by Malvern Analytical can be analyzed and put in the same batch. So I'm going to put the samples inside this high capacity sample changer smoothly in, and the second tray goes also in. Here we see the changer is in a park position to make it as safe as possible. I close the cover. The benefit of this cover is to keep basically the system dust free. So, and then I go and start the batch. To start a batch or prepare a batch, we need to use the high capacity sample changer suite. It's a very user-friendly software that you can easily learn how to operate, how to work with it, and how to operate the system. We can prepare the batch. We can also save it and always use the same batch if we are analyzing routine samples. So for the sake of this demonstration, I prepared a quick batch for all the 42 samples that I already put inside the system. Something that is worth mentioning is we don't need to fill in all the trays and put them in the sample changer all at once. We can gradually fill in the positions and start adding the analyzers into the queue. We can also prepare different batch with different measurement programs or ritual routines and put them in the queue. So you can queue more than one batch. So here I have all the 42 positions available for bauxite and Potflux samples. Additionally, I selected the right measurement programs dedicated for each type of material, plus the analysis program, which is the ritual analysis or the model that is going to do the data analysis, is also prepared. So then when I open and load a batch, easily here I can unqueue the batch and start the measurements. And immediately we hear the sample changer started moving to load the sample, and the sample and the analysis is going to begin. Here via TeamViewer, I can see what's going on the touch screen of the system and how the measurement is going to start. So for this demonstration, I'm going to analyze bauxite sample, for instance, within 1 minute. So the measurement started already, and shortly we can see how much intensity we gain for this bauxite well. We we exceeded 30,000 counts for bauxite analysis, and we can see how the background is low and small peaks are seen. So I encourage you to picture whatever you're analyzing, different applications, different type of the samples, and all sorts of measurements that you prepare can be queued, and you can let the system start analyzing the whole batch over the night or during the weekend. So, but additionally, you can also picture that you start a batch. It's a long batch, and all of a sudden there is a priority sample because your production line or process line, they are waiting for some quick feedbacks. There is no basically reason to worry. I can prepare, for instance, here I have a graphite sample. For aluminum smelters, it's vital to measure the crystallite size of a graphite. When there is a priority sample, we can add it to the queue easily by going to add a new batch, or just add it here. We select the right position available for this sample. For instance, at the moment I have the third tray, the last position available. I select the right position for it, C21. I give an ID to the sample, it's test LC, and the right program is also selected, plus the data analysis model. So when doing so, while the batch is running, there's no reason to be disturbed. So I can open the cover safely and put this sample inside this sample changer. So and add this sample as a priority to the queue. So immediately the sample is in the order right after the sample which is under measurements. So, and the sample can be analyzed and we can look into the data. In the meantime, when, for instance, bauxite is analyzed for bauxite miners, there are some process parameters of interest that we want to keep an eye on. Here I can show you, for instance, for bauxite, every measurement when it's done, basically the data robot starts measuring the pattern and quantify the phases that are in that sample. So in every application there are some process parameters or phase of interest that we want to monitor. So we can easily monitor these values or parameters. See here for bauxite, for instance, the total alumina or available alumina or reactive silica are very critical for quality of bauxite. So we can keep an eye on monitoring these parameters, for instance, and also every time the sample is analyzed, the new data is integrated and is demonstrated here. So, and for Potflux, there are other parameters of interest. So at the same time, when the batch is running and new data is integrated to our database, a LIMS system or any other data management system that you are using in your laboratory, you can just easily monitor the new integrated data. So, and for the priority sample, basically is just analyzed, and I can look into the data quickly. So LC test is done. The crystallite size is mentioned. So, and it's an indication for the production line if they need to change the graphite or not. And the rest of the batch is ongoing.